Well, it's a couple of days later now, and I've ordered the Fimo from an outlet on eBay, and I've started to put together the copy carver. Well, it's the end of another day, and I've got most of my little machine together now. Here it is. It doesn't quite fit on this table, that's why I've got it put on corner-wise, because the table is obviously longer across the corners than it is across the sides. But yeah, there's my carriage. So it needs some counterweights in here to counterweight the rotor. There's the rotor, so that swings in both directions. It travels sideways on this piece of towel rail, or curtain rail. And as I had some pieces of curtain rail left over, I've put some on there for the slide, and similarly on here, because it's I think a more accurate surface than the wood would have been. But yeah, that's as far as I've got. The follower that goes on here, I haven't put that on yet. I think I'm going to extend this slightly and put the follower down about here, because that'll give it a slightly longer reach for copying. Alright then folks, I won't elaborate on that. You can have a look at Matthias Wandel's design for it, and that will tell you much more than I can. I finished the copy carver and I've got it set up, and I've done a rudimentary copy with it, so let me show you that. When I was first toying with the idea of making a carving, I did a little test carving just of a simple leaf on pine, and that's it. And it took probably half an hour. This is the copy that I've just made onto oak. It's still very rough, but I'm going to clean it up. But that was what I made with the copy carver. I'll just show you quickly how that works. So the copy carver has this assembly, which is counterweighted with a box full of nuts and bolts. This is the router here. This down here is the follower that follows the pattern that I'm copying. So that follows around like this. Just move it all around, and then the router on the other side should trace out the same pattern. So I'm not going to bore you with the entire carving, but it was this kind of thing. Etc. Just following the pattern and making the copy. I'm going to clean that up now with some wood chisels, and then I'll let you have a look. Right, I've cleaned it up a little bit. I've undercut the leaf slightly, just to give it better definition. And well, there it is. Let's just see how close the camera will focus. That's the oak copy, and here's the pine original. So they're not absolutely identical, but they both look like leaves. That's the advantage of carving or drawing things like leaves or landscape over faces. If you get a face a little bit wrong, people will notice right away. You get a landscape wrong and it still looks like a landscape. So that's more my kind of art. While I'm waiting for the Fimo to arrive, there's a few bits and pieces I can do to prepare for it. I can trace the leaves onto paper. So let's just give them some numbers first. We'll call this one 1. Two, 5, etc. Just put a piece of carbon paper on there. and trace the leaf. That looks all right. Now I can cut it out. Right, that's the lot done. So that was number 5.